Hey, what's up guys? Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Eric and I created this brand new YouTube channel where I will only release content regarding legacy servers. First of all, I wanted to say that as long as we keep this conversation going, I believe that eventually we will get our way. I am not saying that what I am saying is the best way or that you should agree with these things that I'm saying. These are just my personal opinions of what I would love to see. The second thing I wanted to say is let's keep a positive attitude about it. I know lately, especially with a lot of stuff going down in Elysium, it seems pretty dark these days for the legacy community. On the bright side of things, it just goes to show on how many people are so passionate about legacy servers that whatever happens, we stick around. Anyway, let's get started. So upon creation of your Blizzard account, you would have to purchase the original World of Warcraft game on the Blizzard website. Also, you'll have to set up a monthly subscription just as in regular World of Warcraft. I think the two reasons that Blizzard has not yet released legacy servers is because A, they want people to play their current content. As a content creator, you want people to actually use and play your new creation. Regardless of what people think or say, the team of Blizzard is extremely passionate about their creations. We might not always like what they release, but in their eyes, it would be messed up if they spent months upon months creating new content for the majority of the people not even to play it. For example, they're playing the Burning Crusade. And B, I think the main reason is that they would lose a lot of money. Upon the release of a new expansion, a lot of new and veteran players are interested in World of Warcraft again. A lot of those people that have quit World of Warcraft will maybe see a commercial on television or hear old friends talk about the launch of the new expansion. This causes a lot of curiosity to the new expansion, reminiscing on the old memories that we've all made through the years. This is the reason that the sub count always skyrockets at the launch of an expansion, however it tends to drop in the following months. Now a lot of people might disagree with me, even friends of mine have disagreed with me on this statement before, but I think that if Blizzard was ever to add legacy servers, we would have to pay for it, and honestly, I personally would pay quite some money for finally 100% working servers without the obvious inevitable bugs. I think the first step to gaining access to the legacy servers, whatever expansion that might be, you would have to purchase the latest version of World of Warcraft on your Battle.net account. This way it keeps it interesting for Blizzard because they won't lose out on any money. Which a lot of people might think it's crazy because they might not even play the new expansion, but hear me out for a second, because you're far from starting your vanilla journey just yet. Just now you've unlocked the legacy feature on your account. Once you've purchased the latest expansion of World of Warcraft, you will now go into your Battle.net app. Here you can purchase the original World of Warcraft game for let's say €15 or $1, whatever currency you're using, out of the Battle.net shop. But wait, you're not done yet, because there's monthly fees that World of Warcraft charges. And I think, just like any other World of Warcraft account on your Battle.net, this account should be charged separately. You know, on your World of Warcraft login screen, WoW 1, WoW 2, each one of these accounts will need separate monthly fees. These legacy servers will be kept up by active GMs, and there will be many other features that will cost Blizzard money in the long run, but we'll get back to that later. Now let's say you've purchased the expansion World of Warcraft The Return of the Lich King. This costs you $60, then you'll purchase another $15 for the original World of Warcraft game, and then your normal monthly fee that Blizzard otherwise would receive for you playing the newly released content anyway. Once every 3 years you would have to pay $75 to play something we all hold dear to our hearts. If you don't want to pay that amount, you're probably not much of a dedicated legacy World of Warcraft lover as you claim to be. I've gotten into arguments about this discussion before with people, and people say, dude, I would not pay $75 for it. Honestly, mate, $75, that's one night with your friends in the bar. That's one time taking a girl out to dinner. Plus, the monthly fees will protect you from 1. Random bans that happen on private servers. 2. Your account is safe. If you're ever getting hacked, scammed, or whatever messed up situation you can think of, you know that Papa Blizzard is here to protect you as a safety net. Look what recently happened on Elysium, with selling rank 1 characters, game masters selling to gold sellers, asking the names of the players who purchased it and then banning those people, basically scamming their community in all kinds of fucked up ways. These things would be instantly removed with Blizzard taking care of these servers. Other things that these monthly fees could bring is, for example, not entirely new Blizzard websites, but let's say Blizzard websites that are already owned under their normal domain for each realm within these legacy servers that would have like general topics to talk about, forums, all that kind of stuff. Perhaps even an armory, depending on what states of the game the server is currently in. Which brings us to what would the timeline of these servers look like. Can you instantly jump to the Burning Crusade or Wrath of the Lich King? In my opinion, we should start off with 6 servers. First I was thinking, well, so many people would come over and look at these servers just out of curiosity, that don't even play legacy servers right now, which would make the servers super overpopulated and unplayable the first few days, just like Elysium. But I didn't take in consideration that these servers will require you to buy the original World of Warcraft game, which would cost you $15. You would need a subscription, so even if people would just come to check it out for a little bit of curiosity, Blizzard would still gain from this. However, the first 6 servers would look like this: 2 PvP servers, 2 PvE servers, 1 RP server, 1 RP PvP server. The first 6 realms will follow through their normal timeline as they usually would. In my opinion, it should start with patch 1.12.1 as the realm progresses. People have created their guilds, made their friends, and Kel'Thuzad's end is in sight. The Burning Crusade is around the corner, and all these 6 realms will progress into the Burning Crusade. We are now a few years later from the launch of these realms, and there's probably also a new expansion around the corner in the current state of World of Warcraft. The 6 realms will progress into the Burning Crusade, so we will once again need to purchase for $60 the new expansion and $15 the Burning Crusade expansion. These 6 realms will now enter through the Dark Portal for their journeys in Outland. But some people don't like the Burning Crusade at all. They think flying mounts have ruined world PvP, they don't like what arena PvP has brought to the game, or whatever reason you can think of. Perhaps entire guilds feel this way. These people will have a chance to reroll on a WoW tree on their Battle.net, for example. They create a new account. And they start once again with 6 freshly new made servers that will start again in patch 1.12.1. This cycle will keep repeating itself. The first 6 realms will progress into the Burning Crusade, that those that played the Burning Crusade will progress into Wrath of the Lich King, and once again a new vanilla server will be born. Once the server progresses into the Burning Crusade, for example, an entire guild could reroll on the new vanilla server and they could all play different roles. Perhaps the first time around you were a DPS, and this time, after rerolling, you want to give a healer a try, for example. And those that are in it for the long run, wanting to experience old expansions, perhaps more in depth, because that they were too young to raid during Wrath of the Lich King or whatever, this basically would ensure that World of Warcraft would never die out. Or at least there will always be a place for us to play, whatever expansion we would like. And to those that would wish to pay the money for it, I personally would never make the mistake of leveling my decked out 60 to 70. So I would just buy a completely new World of Warcraft account, plus vanilla, plus the Burning Crusade, plus the description, and level that character to level 70. There are tons of people that love retail World of Warcraft, Legion and future expansions to come. There are thousands of people that are more than happy to pay money to play on legit legacy servers run by Blizzard. My fear is that one day subscription numbers will drop to such low levels that Blizzard will just pull the plug, which might be in 3 or 4 expansions, who knows. Through this method, we will have many more years to come to enjoy Azeroth in our own way, whatever version of the game that might be. And I will feel under the financial payments that they would receive for a very low maintenance level, since all the content has already been created. Let's say you would only have 10,000 people playing on a vanilla server, which I can promise you it will be much more than that, but Blizzard would already make $100,000 per month from just subscription fees. That is exclusive the payments for the actual game plus the current expansion that many people currently are not buying. Also, there have been previous Blizzard employees such as Mark Kern, he was one of the main developers if I am correct during vanilla, have spoken out wanting to fight for these servers. Previous employees such as him and for example Nostalrius devs could be in charge and working for Blizzard running these servers. These guys are passionate about legacy servers and would probably be down for the job. But this is just a random thought though. The $130,000 monthly fee would easily cover up the expenses for running these servers, and the World of Warcraft brand would be alive for many years to come. Perhaps even after the first time of the cycle Vanilla, the Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, on the first several servers, you can step back to just 3 realms, 1 PvP, 1 PvE and 1 RP, which would obviously also reduce the cost for Blizzard running these servers and keeping these 3 servers more populated. Long story short, I think that there will always be people interested in playing World of Warcraft in the early stages. So people will always find private servers. Doing it through Blizzard would make it more legit. The player and Blizzard would both benefit from this tremendously. And let's say it would flop and no one would play there after 1 year. Well, then Blizzard have cashed in a lot of money and they can say, "You thought you did, we told you you didn't, and we were right." My goal with this YouTube channel is to create quality vanilla World of Warcraft content, and perhaps in the future PvP montages or even future expansions. I feel that there is only a few YouTube content creators within the Legacy community, and many of them making very mediocre content. They throw on a webcam as their character stands AFK in the capital city, and they talk without a script about random topics. Most of the time I feel that they don't even have a genuine clue where their video is heading. I'm not trying to bash any of these people, because they are making content and being a voice for a community which is desperately needed to be heard. I personally enjoy watching their videos very much. I just wish that they would spend a little bit more time creating their videos. For example, a video starts and the first 5 seconds it's just silence. You could have edited that out, bro. Perhaps I'm just bitching about stupid shit. Either way, I hope to raise the bar a little and create high quality vanilla World of Warcraft videos. If you're interested in joining me for the ride, please subscribe, and let's turn this comment section into a public forum where you can speak and share your mind, and I will gladly take your thoughts into my next videos. I know I have a lot to learn with editing and everything, but I hope you want to join me for the ride and see how far we can take this with this YouTube channel. Thank you so much for listening. Bye bye.